Welcome back to NBC Update channel. Today we will learn about the issue rocking Salem, the 60th anniversary of Days of Our Lives, and a parade of beloved stars returning to mark the milestone. A Diamond Anniversary Homecoming. The 60-year celebration isn't just symbolic, it's a story-driven reunion engineered to honor legacies, reignite rivalries, and stitch together generations of the Horton, Brady, Black, and DiMera families. Across a concentrated week of episodes, the canvas widens with legacy characters stepping back into their roles, building an event that blends nostalgia with forward momentum. Expect cross-generational scenes, callbacks to classic arcs, and new story sparks designed to ripple through winter. Who's in, who's back, and why it matters now. The headline: 12 fan-favorite performers appear in special anniversary installments spanning the week of November 10, 2025. These aren't mere cameos, they are purposeful story beats that touch family lore, long-running feuds, and unresolved romances. The creative intent is clear: celebrate the past while positioning Salem's next chapter. Sammy Brady takes center stage. Allison Sweeney's return as Sammy Brady on Tuesday, November 11th, anchors the festivities. Her scenes thread through multiple story hubs: DiMera, Dan Furigal, Belle Black, Martha Madison, and Marlene Evans, Deidre Hall, placing Sammy at the fault line where personal history collides with current power dynamics. Look for combustible exchanges with EJ, prickly sisterly friction with Belle, and a tender recalibration with Marlene that acknowledges grief, resilience, and the peculiar poetry of a Brady Black reunion. Eric Brady's measured counterweight. Sammy's twin, Eric Brady, played by Greg Vaughn, returns for a 3-episode run, offering a steady moral barometer as secrets surface. Eric's presence typically refracts through faith, forgiveness, and family duty. This time, watch how he mediates volatile conversations while protecting those who are most vulnerable in the fallout of anniversary revelations. His arc is short, but it's architected to matter. Horton cornerstones: Marie and Mike. Rourke Critchlow, Mike Horton, and Mary Cheatham, Marie Horton, appear Monday, November 10th to root the celebration in Horton heritage. Expect warm, memory-rich scenes in the family home, references to medical and missionary chapters, and a few gentle laughs that only come from relatives who know the deepest cuts and love you anyway. Their presence is a reminder. The Horton values frame every Salem storm. A rare visit from Stephen Olsen. Stephen Schnetzer reprises Stephen Olsen, Julie Williams' brother, for a 1-episode stopover that functions like a handshake between eras. It's a short but meaningful bridge-in that allows Julie Susan Seaforth Hayes to narrate family history while giving longtime viewers a wink to the show's 1970s textures and transitions. Expect a conversational gem or two that rewards veteran fans. Grants in motion: Eli and Lonnie return. On the partnership front, Lamont Arkey and Sal Stowers step back in as Eli and Lonnie Grant for a family-focused visit. Their dynamic usually brings procedural steadiness and grounded romance. Here, anticipate a supportive role that nonetheless nudges current storyline sparkly, those touching on the Horton, Price-Grant nexus, and a renewed sense of communal protection. Horton father-son beats: Will and Lucas. Chandler Massey's Will Horton and Brian Datilo's Lucas Horton return to salve, stir, and sometimes complicate family affairs. Will's empathetic lens often reframes conflict into conversation, while Lucas remains a wild-card, impulsive yet fiercely loyal. Together, they tend to unlock emotional honesty in the Hortons and offer needed levity when tensions crest. Newlyweds on the map: Paul and Andrew. Christopher Sean Paul Nerita and Colton Little Andrew Donovan are back as newlyweds whose presence promises international intrigue intersecting with Salem's domestic scene. Expect scenes that flex isoties, mix romance with reconnaissance, and widen the show's scope beyond town lines. Their energy frequently catalyzes team-ups with Brady, Blackie, Donovan players when threats escalate. The Devereaux chapter continues. Melissa Reeves extends Jennifer Devereaux's ongoing story, and Matthew Ashford returns as Jack Devereaux to complement it. Their scenes typically braid investigative instincts with heartfelt family stewardship. Watch for a public-facing moment, likely a speech or community tribute that dovetails with anniversary themes and rekindles Jack and Jennifer's signature blend of civic pride and journalistic curiosity. Next Generation notes: Thomas and Rachel. Christopher Carey reappears as Thomas DiMera on Monday, November 10th, sharing scenes with his father, Chad Billy Flynn. These interludes often see longer arc, subtle foreshadowing about the DiMera legacy, loyalty tests, or the weight of a last name. Later in the week, Alice Halsey's Rachel Black gets expanded focus, interacting with Brady Eric Martsolf and others on Thursday, November 13th. Rachel's storyline tends to explore inheritance emotional and other wizardressing how parental conflicts echo in the children who grow up hearing them. Story architecture, how the week is built. Day 1 Moan, November 10th. Horton Foundations frontload the nostalgia while planting fresh mysteries and family revelations. Midweek Tuthu, Sammy's return detonates interpersonal stakes. Eric's episodes stabilize and clarify alliances. Late week, couples and next-gen plots expand the canvas ball. Andrew's throughline teases external peril. Rachel and Thomas moments hint at the future Salem will inherit. What's new under the hood? Creative takeaways. Purposeful returns overdrive by cameos, each comeback ties to a story engine family, romance, ISA intrigue, or corporate chess designed to carry beyond the anniversary block. Multi-era dialogue, classic characters narrate institutional memory, while mid-gen favorites translate it for current conflicts. Generational baton pass, strategic focus on Thomas and Rachel previews where long-range storytelling is headed. What to watch for in key scenes. Sammy EJ, high-voltage negotiation love, leverage, and the DiMera brand. Sammy Bell, sibling truth-telling with receipts and 25 years of subtext. Marlene is Sammy, quiet grief giving way to forward motion, a soft reset of mother-daughter intimacy. Jackie Jennifer, a podium moment that doubles as a mission statement for Salem's next season. Paula Andrew, a breadcrumb about an off-screen operation that will matter on screen by winter. Why this anniversary matters beyond nostalgia. The show isn't only looking back, it's stress-testing its world-building. By weaving legacy characters into modern arcs, Days of Our Lives underscores the thesis that familiarity and inherited are the franchise engine. The 60th isn't a curtain call. It's a relaunch, compressing 6 decades of tournaments, mystery, moral dibattimento, a single, accessible on-ramp for lapsed viewers and new fans alike. Final takeaway for viewers and creators. If you're cutting a trailer or building coverage, lead with the Sammy headline, frame the week as a family-first, multi-house convergence, and punctuate with the ISA-tinged newlyweds for scope. For long-form recaps, structure by families Horton, Brady A. Black, DiMera, Grant, Donovan, and close with next-gen signals from Thomas and Rachel. The celebration plays like a limited series inside a soap and TV with consequences. Part 2, Shadows of Deception, the DiMera family's dark secrets unfold. In the intricate world of Salem's elite families, few names carry as much weight as many whispers of scandalous the DiMeras. For longtime fans of Days of Our Lives, the DiMera clan has always been a whirlwind of power plays, betrayals, and hidden agendas. But in this latest chapter, the stakes feel higher than ever, pulling in familiar faces like E.J. DiMera, Abe Carver, and even the scheming duo of Gwen and Leo. What starts as a seemingly innocent job offer spirals into a web of shady business dealings, family feuds, and medical mysteries that could change everything. Let's dive deeper into these dramatic developments, step by step, as loyalties are tested and secrets threaten to explode. A tense conversation in a cozy apartment. Picture this, it's a quiet evening in a modest apartment, the kind where the outside world's chaos feels a world away. Kat, a sharp and caring woman who's seen her share of Salem's ups and downs, sits down with her brother Mark for a heart-to-heart. She's noticed how vague he's been about his new job opportunity with E.J. DiMera, the polished yet unpredictable head of the infamous DiMera empire. What exactly does this research position entail? She asks, her voice laced with concern. Mark, ever the optimist, brushes it off with a smile, saying he doesn't have all the details yet, but that he's thrilled to jump in. He accepts the offer on the spot, eager for the chance to make his mark in a high-profile role. But Kat isn't so easily reassured. She knows EJ's reputation all too well, ruthless, calculating, and willing to bend rules to get what he wants. Memories of past DiMera schemes flood her mind, and she urges Mark to stay one step ahead. Promise me you'll watch your back, she says, her eyes searching his face for any sign of doubt. Mark chuckles lightly, trying to ease her worries. This isn't like that time with Clyde Weston, he replies, referencing the notorious criminal whose shadow still looms over Salem's underbelly. No guns, no violence, just legitimate science, or so he hopes. Kat nods, but the unease lingers. Then, she shifts the conversation to something more personal, their mother's upcoming visit. Instantly, Mark's cheerful demeanor cracks. His expression turns somber, a shadow crossing his features as unspoken family pains resurface. In Salem, even simple talks can unearth buried hurts, reminding us how the past never truly stays buried. This moment captures the everyday vulnerability that makes characters like Kat and Mark so relatable. For those of us who followed the show for decades, it's a poignant reminder that behind the glamour and drama, these are families grappling with real emotions: love, fear, and the weight of legacy. An unexpected alliance at the DiMera mansion. Meanwhile, across town at the sprawling DiMera mansion, a grand estate that's seen more intrigue than a spy novel, Abe Carver arrives with purpose. Abe, the steady voice of reason in Salem's turbulent politics, has long navigated the tricky waters of alliances and rivalries. He knows EJ is stewing over the latest family power grab. Theo Carver, EJ's own kin, has taken the reins of DiMera Enterprises with a boldness that's turning heads and stomachs. Abe, ever the strategist, correctly reads EJ's frustration. "You're upset about Theo running things like he owns the place," Abe says, his tone direct but empathetic. He doesn't mince words. Instead, he appeals to EJ's sense of family loyalty. "Help me get Theo out before you have to face the bitter truth that your mother's side is devouring your own bloodline." The confrontation unfolds in the opulent DiMera living room, where crystal chandeliers cast a deceptive glow over polished marble floors. Abe stands tall, his presence commanding respect, as he lays out his case. EJ, with his sharp suits and sharper mind, listens intently, his jaw set in that familiar DiMera determination. This isn't just business, it's a clash of generations and bloodlines, echoing the long history of DiMera infighting that dates back to Stefano's iron-fisted rule. Abe's plea strikes at the heart of EJ's vulnerabilious desire to protect the family name while wrestling with the ghosts of his mother's manipulative legacy. Will EJ side with Abe, or will his ambitions pull him deeper into the family's toxic cycle? For viewers over 65 who've witnessed decades of these power struggles, this scene feels like a timeless rerun of DiMera dysfunction, but with fresh twists that keep the tension alive. Unveiling the lab, a gateway to forbidden science. As the family drama simmers, EJ shifts gears, leading Mark to a hidden gem within the DiMera compound, a state-of-the-art laboratory that's nothing short of futuristic. The doors slide open to reveal gleaming equipment, humming servers, and walls lined with monitors displaying complex data streams. It's the kind of setup that would make any scientist's heart race, but for Mark, it's a dream come truer, so it seems at first. EJ, ever the charismatic host, explains the project's core. He's personally bankrolling research into Versavix, a groundbreaking new drug with the power to regenerate brain tissue. Imagine the possibilities: arresting lost memories, healing injuries from accidents or strokes, even combating the cruel advance of diseases like Alzheimer's that affect so many in our golden years. Mark's eyes light up. He's no stranger to the science, having studied its potential in academic circles. "It's revolutionary," he says, his excitement palpable. But EJ isn't done. "There's more to it," he adds, his voice dropping to a conspiratorial tone. The real challenge, EJ reveals, is navigating the bureaucratic maze of regulations and approvals. "I need you to help us find a way to bypass the red tape," he says plainly. It's a bold ask, one that dances on the edge of ethics, hinting at the shady undercurrents of DiMera dealings. Mark, caught up in the thrill, agrees eagerly to dive in. And then comes the surprise. His new supervisor is none other than Dr. Rolf, the eccentric genius who's been a fixture in Salem's mad science scene for years. With his wild hair, thick accent, and a penchant for playing God, Rolf embodies the show's blend of brilliance and peril. As they shake hands, Mark can't help but feel a mix of awe and apprehension. Dr. Rolf's history cloning, brainwashing, you name it, casts a long shadow. Is this legitimate research or another DiMera scheme disguised as progress? For our audience, who remember Rolf's antics from the 80s and 90s, this reunion is a nostalgic nod to the show's wilder days, now layered with modern medical intrigue. Schemes at the bar, a plot to keep Dimitri hidden. Far from the mansion's sterile labs, the scene shifts to a dimly lit bar in downtown Salem, where the air is thick with cigarette smoke and whispered deals. Gwen Rachek, the cunning journalist with a knack for stirring pots, sits across from Leo Stark, her partner in crime and occasional comic relief. Leo, flamboyant and ever-scheming, is nursing a drink while Gwen lays out her proposition. "All your expenses will be covered," she promises, her British lilt smooth as silk. The task? track down Dimitri von Leuschner, the elusive heir whose disappearance has left ripples across Salem's high society. Leo listens, his skeptical eyebrow arched high. Dimitri's story is one of passion, prison breaks, and forbidden love, a tale that's captivated fans for seasons. But Gwen's offer comes with strings. It's clear she's not just helping out of the goodness of her heart. Leo mulls it over, flashes a wry smile, and agrees to think about it. As he saunters out, that doubtful look on his face says it all is no fool when it comes to Gwen's games. Once alone, Gwen pulls out her phone and dials EJ. Her voice is all business, it's done. Leo will be chasing shadows, searching in vain for Dimitri thousands of miles from the clinic where he's really stashed. The revelation hits like a thunderclap. Dimitri isn't missing, he's hidden away, likely in one of EJ's secret facilities, part of a larger plot to control assets or silence threats. Gwen's assurance to EJ seals the deception, ensuring Leo's wild goose chase keeps prying eyes away. This barroom bargain underscores the theme of manipulation that's pure days of our lives, friends turning on friends, all for power and revenge. The bigger picture, family, ethics, and Salem's endless drama. As these threads weave together, the DiMera saga reminds us why Days of Our Lives has endured for over 50 years. From Kat's protective instincts to Abe's bold confrontation, Mark's eager dive into risky science, and Gwen's sly cover-up. Every character grapples with choices that blur the line between right and wrong. The Versavix project, with its promise of healing, tempts us with hope, especially for those facing health challenges in later life. EJ's shortcuts raise alarms about the cost of progress. Will Mark uncover the truth before it's too late? Can Abe pull EJ back from the brink of family war? And what fate awaits Dimitri in his hidden clinic? In Salem, nothing is ever as it seems, and these shady dealings are just the beginning. For fans who've tuned in through weddings, funerals, and resurrections, this arc delivers the drama we crave, heartfelt moments amid the mayhem. Stay tuned because when the DiMeras are involved, the truth always comes out, often with explosive consequences.